Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to the Slowest Blitz. Sorry, just a big dangly dust or web or something. Welcome back to the Slowest Blitz. This is where we're playing Asphodel. This is turn 43. Let's jump into things, shall we? We've got Kidzen the Emerald Count has claimed the Throne of Air. Kimetz. Claimed the Throne of Air, the name of It's a Fever, the Cat of Slime, Lord of the Barge of Heaven, Prince of the Wind. Hope. Who is that? I don't know who that is. I think that's... yeah, Pyrene. There we go. Alright, so Pyrene gets the Throne of Air. We did a bunch of site searching. Nothing. Earthblood Seepage. So with our first gnome lore, tag an Earthblood Seepage, which is 2 Earth, which is awesome. Haruspex finds us another Grove of Evergreens, also awesome. If we can ever hold on to that province. We get hit with 2 werewolves. They're both against basically nothing, so easy victories there. I really should have, and I think this would have worked for both these remote searches or remote attacks, and also for, like the 6 stacks of Knights of Man, that type of scenario. I should have started putting out probably about 5 or 10 turns ago, but I was kind of occupied with the whole Asphodel thing and then the Agartha thing, or probably earlier than that, I suppose. I should have been putting out Carrion commanders with stacks of like 100 mannequins or so here or there. Again, this goes back into that concept of if I had started up with Carrion centaurs 20 plus turns ago, then we would be making 60 plus more mannequins a turn than we already are, and we could afford to just kind of throw them around. So throwing out a Carrion commander with 100 mannequins into a province helps prevent this from being successful, and also generally prevents, or at least drastically increases, the attrition rate of those like 6 to 10 stacks of Knights of Avalon, that type of scenario. So again, the more I play of this nation, and specifically the more I play of this matchup, the more I realize, do X, do Y, those are the routes that you take. But that's Dominions, right? Like that's how the game goes, is after you play or while you're playing, you go, oh, yeah, should have done that, XYZ. Anyways, let's keep going into a bunch of little battles. We attack in Shade Forest. Got a stack of mannequins, got some Black Centaurs, got 1 PD. Easy peasy. We attack into, or we get attacked in Wick. So this is one of those proverbial little 6 stacks of Knights of Avalon rolling around. There is some PD here, but it's not going to do anything against them. If we, like I said, if we had like 100 mannequins, they would take a lot of attrition, but they would fatigue the Knights of Avalon down. So there's that. We lose that. We attack in Scraw Point, hoping to catch Agartha and do a little squish, and we get nothing. So we will take Scraw Point, but no actual combats. Then we have a whole bunch of stacks just raiding around, doing the counter raiding jazz. Some Carrion boars and wolves on the flanks, some archers in the center. Pretty easy peasy there in Namor. Lose 5 Carrion boars. Oh, no wolves, my bad. We are still trying to get our prophet homemade sweets killed. Problem is he's got a stupendous amount of experience. So his stat line is actually really good. He has a heroic endurance, not that that matters too terribly much. He's just generally pretty strong, but not that strong. And now he's dead. So Homemade sweets, mission accomplished is now dead, which will give us the opportunity to get a H4 in the nearish future. We have a small stack of centaurs going into the back line of man. Ooh, fire elemental. Yike. Very yike. Hey, we actually did it. So in Wetronia, he did not have as much of a defense. We are able to take the province. We are able to raise a temple. Nice. That's quite nice. We attack into Iron Peaks. Little stack of harpies. We've got some whites who are really doing all of the heavy lifting here. The harpies are just kind of hanging out. Slowly marching forward. We take that. Easy peasy. We attack in Sitha. We have here. Oh, we didn't attack in Sitha. We were moving to pick up mannequins in Sitha, and we are now waylaid by the Call of the Wild, so we're going to lose that. Lose a Carrion commander. Unfortunate. And then in Edirol, we send the vampire and a small squad of mixed centaurs against basically nothing. So we take that. We get attacked in Bycliff. Small stack of landless knights and longbowmen against nothing. We lose Bycliff. And we get attacked in the Fortress of Be'lakor. That is a lot of longbows. Wow. Oh, that's I want to watch that again. That's really pleasant to see, honestly. Whoa. Just the whole line. It wasn't very large, but that's very fun to see. Just a wave of arrows and then the whole line just delete. Lots of fun. The Be'lakor was a free fort that we just got out of luck, so not really a big deal, but just goes to show, the whole Phaeacian scenario is basically a lost cause. We lose 10 air gems. That is no bueno. We lose 1,000 population. Also no bueno. We gain 2 air gems. That does not make things better. We get attacked in Force of the Pine by special monsters, so we get some barbarians. And there's basically nothing here, so we're going to lose that. And then we get to see man gets attacked by a bunch of barbarians. But there is a fair amount here, actually. So let's see. He got less barbarian. How dare he? Oh, the barbarians are breaking. Good job, archers. Did it. Wow. Alright, so Gnome Peaks gets attacked by 62 barbarians, and he defends it. Religious misconceptions in Icton, and our upkeep is still terrible. What are we doing this turn? Mostly the same. Mostly just kind of like needling around. Pressing further with the stack of mannequins, combining forces in Bycliff. The idea is if we can take Bongar and Bycliff, we might double up and go either into Goodwater or Kingdom of Dara and start threatening this area with a stack of what do we got? We've got 100 here. We'll have 137 here. So a 200-ish stack, right, can actually be a decent little threat. So the idea is kind of probably take Goodwater and then use it as a base of operations to foray out. And basically what we're trying to do is, after having taken back Sylvania, try to have more pressure up here in the north, with the intention that we're about to not give a shit about anything going on down here. Still have to defend down here, obviously, but the intention is that very soon, Phaeacia will no longer be our problem, which obviously is a pain to us, but at the same time, we can't really do too terribly much about it. Did lose a wolf oak and an ancient temple in the course of the mine. So we are moving out of Scraw Point for 2 reasons. One, I spoke with the Bandar log player, and they didn't really give me much of a response on whether or not they wanted to take their territory back. And I don't want to have some scenario happen where I lose 150 units to Tiger Riders because we just haven't communicated very much, right? So I'm pulling back slightly. The aside to that is previously we could see a very large stack in Agartha. I say very large, somewhere in the realm of 150 to 200-ish. And now I see nothing there, right? So it's very probable that they went to Tunnels of the Lost and are coming up through Mountains of the Mist. But I don't have super good vision, so it's possible that they went somewhere else. So basically, this is just like a twofold scenario of I don't want this stack to accidentally get squashed by Bandar Log. I also don't want this stack to accidentally get squashed by Agartha. So we're just pulling back slightly. We are patrolling with 100 units, and then the rest of them, or no, actually we're patrolling. I say that. I lied entirely. We're not pulling back at all. We're just patrolling here. I guess the concept is Bandar Log's probably unlikely to come to me, and Agartha's probably unlikely to get here, and the idea is just maybe we'll trap him if he sends like that small 12 stack of sentinels or something like that. Maybe that's the idea, and then we're just sending people to go pick up other mannequins. Call me a liar. So, countering into Sitha, countering into Trotern, we have a bigger force here. Very cute. I like that shirt. It's very nice. I like the frills and huh? Yeah, absolutely. I like the moon. Very dangly. You can. Very nice. No, God. I just looked at the camera, and you standing there was basically is basically just one image.
Sorry, chat.
Yeah. So, so that's what we're doing with that. We are, other than that, we're not actually doing too terribly much. Aside from, you can see our nature gems have tanked. That's because we're unloading into Carrion Krolls, Carrion Centaurs, etc., etc. The issue is that this turn a fort came up in Hubberton, right? And like I said previously, I don't know if Abysia is like, oh, well, whatever. You know, lost an army. I've got 3 more. And is going to immediately reinforce, take the fight to Bandar Log, eventually win, blah, 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 blah. Hubberton never goes down. Mother Oak never goes down. It seems to me at this point, you know, would it be nice to have Mother Oak? Yes. Would we be at a point to where we would overcast Mother Oak so much that no one would ever take it from us? No. Would people seek to take it from us? Maybe, maybe not. Man definitely could take it from us, and obviously they wouldn't want us to have the additional nature gems, so that's definitely a possibility, right? It's also possible that Abysia just has a giant bank for Mother Oak and could just zip it from us anyways, right? So it's turned into this scenario of like, last turn it felt like maybe this was an opportunity if Bandar Log immediately squishes Mother Oak. But then a fort has come up. That's going to delay Mother Oak getting squished, period. That turns into a situation where maybe we have a couple turns. Maybe we have the opportunity to even get it up. Maybe we don't have the opportunity to get it up. At that point, fuck it, right? We're just gonna spend the gems. We want to start producing more mannequins. We want to, you know, we don't have any money. We want to move to a scenario where we care about income less, so we can, you know, just still research, still produce units, etc., etc. Best way for us to do that is Carrion Centaurs for the units, Carrion Lords for the combat power and mixture of research or units depending on what we're wanting at any given time. I guess technically the Carrion Hags are more efficient from a research perspective, I believe, but Carrion Lords are significantly more combat power, so we're probably going to go that route, right? So that's the general idea right now. And we're not moving a lot this turn, primarily because the counter rating has been going decently well in the north, and we want to continue that concept, but also because of the Phaeacian territory, right? I don't want to move north with armies or move towards Agartha with armies if my diplomancy shenanigans fall through and we actually have to defend ourselves from both the north and south, right? That's the idea. But I'm assuming that that's about to change next turn or in a turn or two is the idea. And if that goes through, then we won't have to worry about the Phaeacian territory. We will have 1.5 fronts, right? We will have the man front, which is tied to the Agarthan front, and we can turn and focus all of our energy in that direction, right? That'll be the idea. So that's kind of the plan right now. Still running up Alteration, with the hope that we get to Alt 8 and get something like Marble Warriors that we can throw out, and go from there. So Marble Warriors, a pretty big boost in comparison to Oaken Army. I think decently enough. And that's that. So pretty much not a lot else going on. We actually don't have a crazy amount of site searching going on this turn. We are still gonna be gnome loring. We now have 3 earth gems per turn, so we can just kind of like gnome lore with impunity. And the hope is that is going to seal the deal for us. The rest, we are pretty well site searched on. We've got a couple here or there that are missing things, but for the most part, we're pretty well site searched on. Holding on some of the stuff that we're doing with our gods, I could throw down like another Draconians, but I have some other ideas, right, potentially of what we could do with air gems, so I'm trying to not burn through all of them immediately. I really need to figure out something to do with my water gems. I could alchemize them, but we can't really do much else. Like Yetis, right, are decently okay, but they don't do a great job. I was thinking about, like, the issue with Ice Drakes is that it's not extremely efficient, and it's not going to do anything against man, right? Like, that's what all of this stuff basically boils down to over and over again, is what is it actually going to do against man? I'm really interested in the idea of just getting a water bracelet on one of my Dryad Hags and starting to produce vile waters, gelatinous cubes. But it'd take a while for that to matter, and really I would be more interested in getting a water bracelet and doing voice Vapsu and maybe turning this into something else. I should probably trade for 2 or 3 water bracelets, actually. I think I have the randoms. Yeah, we got a water one here, we got a water one here, water one here. Yeah. I should probably do that. I'll put that... That would be a good plan. I don't know that we're actually going to do that. So, I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it. So kind of a short turn in comparison. Mostly because of the Phaeacian question and how the diplomacy that we're working on is going to alter this situation. So we'll see how that actually works out. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this turn. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.